Alright, so 1:23:14. You should be watching this Wednesday night, I believe, in preparation for Thursday's class. So what we're looking at here is word problems and dilations recap. The student objective for you guys today is to be able to read a word problem and first identify what is being asked. Okay? Once you can do that, you can tell me what is important, what numbers do you need, and number three, probably the final thing, the most important thing, how are we going to solve this problem? Okay? So, recap on what we're going to do. Example number one, we're going to talk about how far can a car travel on 12 gallons of gas if on 3 gallons it can travel 64 miles. Well, think back to our proportions, and we talked about miles per gallon. That should give you a hint right there. We're going to talk about this as miles over gallons. Okay? So M over G, miles over gallons. Well, the miles we have here are 64, and that corresponds to 3 gallons here. We're wondering about how far on 12 gallons. So this is a proportional setup problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 64 miles over our 3 gallons of gas and set that equal to, well, we don't know how far we're going to get on 12 gallons of gas. Notice I'm putting my miles on top and my gallons on bottom. Here I can do my cross multiplication followed by division. Okay? So if I cross multiply here and divide by the number I have left over, I'll wind up with X. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to set up 64 times 12. 2 times 4 is going to give me 8. 2 times 6 is 12. Second number, so I'm going to start with a 0. 1 times 4, 4. 1 times 6, 6. 8. 2 plus 4 is going to give me 6. 1 plus 6 is going to be 7. So I've got 768 that's going to be divided by 3. So I'm going to come over here and set up my division. Where do I have space to do my division? Okay. I'm going to set my division up right here. It's going to be a little bit smaller. I should have left a little bit more room. So in your notes, keep that in mind. Leave a little bit more room. So, well, 3 is going to go into my 768 that I found with my cross multiplication. 3 goes into 7 twice. It's going to leave me with a 1 left over, and I'm going to bring down this 6. So 3 goes into 16 5 times. And that's going to leave me with a 1 left over, because 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 16 is 1. And I'm going to bring down that 8. Well, 3 goes into 8 6 times. So my answer, I'm going to write it over here so we can see it a little bit. X, how far can we go, is going to be 256 miles. Okay? So that kind of gets you back into the train of thinking for what we've got. Okay? Example number 2, if you need to, pause this before you let me talk on. But example number 2, we're talking about triangle ABC. Has points at -1, +1, -1, -1, and 4, 0. If the triangle is dilated by a scale factor of 2, what will be the location of A prime, B prime, C prime? Okay. Well, remember our scale factor formula that we've got says that we start with X, comma, Y, and we're going to change this to K times X, comma, K times Y, where K is my scale factor, and that scale factor is 2. So when we're identifying what we need to ask, first we need to find out what we're looking for. We're looking for A prime, B prime, C prime. So if we're looking for that, what is important? Well, what's important is my original points and my scale factor. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to do that and solve this with our XY changed to K times X, K times Y. Okay? So, here we go. Let's start with our first point. -1, comma, +1. This would be in correlation to ABC. This would be point A. So A, we're going to change this to 2, because that's my k, times -1, my x value, comma, 2 again, because that's my k, times +1. Okay, so 2 times -1, I'm going to change this over so it's a little bit easier. 2 times -1 becomes -2. 2 times +1 becomes a +2. This is now the location of A prime. Okay, so we'll go to our next one, -1, -1, which would be our B point. -1, comma, -1. Change 2. Again, my k is 2 times my -1 times, again, 2 times -1, because that's also my y in this particular problem. Close it up. Change 2. 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times -1 is -2. We now have the location of our point B prime. Okay. Final point that we need to look at is going to be our C, which is 4, 0. Change 2. Well, this is 2 again times our x value 4, and then 2 times our 0 value for y is going to change to 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 0 is still 0. So C prime. Now we have the location of our 3 points. If you wanted to, you could place those out on the on a coordinate grid and look at how it changed. But I'm going to write my answer over here so it's a little bit easier to see. And I'm just going to say, hey, A prime is -2, comma, +2. B prime is -2, comma, -2. And C prime is going to be 8, comma, 0. Alright? So you have a practice problem. Okay? If triangle ABC has points at 4, 6, -2, 4, and 0, 8, what would be the location of A prime, B prime, C prime when dilated by a scale factor of 1/2? So I'm going to go through this real quick with you. What is it asking? It's asking you to dilate, which means change these points. Now, how is it asking you to do that? What's important with that? The points A, B, and C, okay? And then the scale factor of 1/2. You're going to have to use our formula. X, comma, Y will change to K times X, K times Y. Okay? Our K is our scale factor. K is 1/2. Okay? I want you to finish working this out. Come to school Thursday with this problem done. We're gonna have a few more to do in class, but we'll be done for the day once you get that before you leave done. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you soon.